Okay, good morning students. So today we will be continuing with our chapter number 14, water. So as we have discussed few basic things about water in our previous classes, as for example, why water is necessary or what are its various uses. Okay, so today we will be continuing with importance of water. Importance of water. So as we all know, all living organisms need water for their survival. Okay, all living organism means both plants and animals need water for the survival. Okay, so first of all we will talk about how humans or animals utilize water, why they need water. So first of all, first one is water regulates body temperature. Number one, it regulates body temperature. That means how does it regulates body temperature in humans and animals? Okay, it regulates body temperature by the way of sweating. As for example, during summers or during the dry seasons, not dry season actually we can say during hot days. Okay, during hot days what happens, the atmospheric temperature increases. So to regulate that, means to cool our body, we drink water, and as we drink water our metabolic activities, okay, that means we sweat. Okay, and after sweating what happens, the waste material is also taken out from the body and our body is also cooled down from inside. Okay, number one. Number two, we have it dissolves minerals. Okay, that means it is useful in digestion. So whatever the food we eat, okay, whether it is raw or whether it is cooked, okay, in both the process we need water, and that helps the food to digest. What? The water helps the food to digest. Why it helps the food to digest? Because in our body it's not the food components that flows in our body, it's the dissolved minerals or the dissolved nutrients. Okay, the nutrients whichever is present in the food components, as for example rice. Okay, then in non-vegetarian we have meat, egg, milk. As we know that milk is a liquid, but still when it is dissolved in water, okay, then only it gives us energy. Okay, when it is mixed with what you can say blood, okay, the connective tissue, so it is useful in digestion, and that also help to perform various other body function. Then number three, we have water provides a medium for biochemical reaction inside of a body. That means what you can say metabolic activities. Metabolic activities. That means water helps to dissolve various nutrients, okay, in our body. As for example, the food that we eat, it is digested in our intestine. But how it is digested? Okay, we have some acids or we have some processes in our stomach. But in the same way, to digest it, water is necessary. As for example, whenever the spices is mixed, the masala, okay, whenever whatever you are cooking or whatever your parents are cooking, especially your mother, when she cooks something, she puts some spices, that means masala. So to mix that spices, what she does, she just add water in that mixer grind. Okay, why that water is added? The water is added so that the ingredients, they dissolve it easily. Okay, same is the process in metabolic activities. Then for plants, in terms of plants, let's see in terms of plants. Same, in plants also it helps in regulating body temperature. That means through transpiration. Through transpiration, excess water is evaporated, and that helps a plant to, once what we can say, regulates its body temperature. Same thing. Okay, then transportation of nutrients. Transportation of nutrients. Nutrients or minerals. That means, as we all know, plants can't move. Okay, means they can't locomote. They can move, but they can't locomote. That means they can't go from one place to another. So for them, there is a green pigment called chlorophyll inside the plant, inside the leaves. Okay, by which it prepares its own food. So for that also, it requires some raw material. Okay, raw material means the minerals or the other essential things, and that is obtained from the soil. Okay, so as we all know that plants contain roots, and roots are deep inside the soil. So in that case, through roots, okay, by capillary method, all the nutrients or all the minerals, okay, it is transported through via the medium water. That means water is also required in transportation of nutrients and minerals. Okay, or you can say in the process of photosynthesis. That means in the process of making or preparing food. So this was all about importance of water in living organisms. In living organism, mostly humans and animals, it can be anything, and in plants. So let's talk about other uses of water. So other uses of water means there are various other uses of water apart from this, apart from living organism. Non-living organism, they also need water. That means the components, abiotic components. As for example, the factories, even our cars, okay, the machineries, they all need water. And we have another group of organism, that means aquatic animals. They mostly depend on water for their survival. So importance of other uses, let's talk about them one by one. So water is very much important. So first of all, in industrial use, so it was discussed earlier also. That means in industrial use, water is required for what? What is required to wash the raw material? Wash the raw material. Number two, to cool the machineries. Okay, mostly for these two things, water is necessary in industries or in the factories. Okay, so washing the raw material means whatever the raw materials that are collected, okay, the finished product is taken away afterwards. Okay, so to wash the raw material, water is necessary. And to cool the machines, okay, machine is actually run by fuel, okay, either petroleum products or diesel products. Sorry, we can say simply petroleum products. but to cool the machine, water is required. Even in our cars, okay, we use distilled water. Why do we use distilled water? We use distilled water to cool the engines, okay, because when it is heated excess, it can catch fire. Okay, so we have 2 points in industrial use. Number 1, to wash the raw material, another to cool the machines. Okay, then another thing, many, what you can say, many people or you can say people near the living near the sea or rivers mostly depend, people living in near the seas and river mostly depend on water for their survival. As for example, many people use houseboats, okay, houseboats, that means they have the habitat in water only, okay. Then for their survival, means for food, they mostly, or is simple you can write, for food they mostly depend on water, okay. Third, water act as a habitat for aquatic animals. So water act as a habitat for aquatic animals, that means mostly animals, okay, or humans, they mostly live in land. So all the essential requirement, all the things, okay, that means the food, the shelter, they get it from land. But for aquatic animals who mostly depend on water, their habitat is in water only, okay. So that means they get their food, they live there only. So we can say that for aquatic animals water is very much important. Number 4, transportation of goods. Transportation of goods. Transportation of goods means, okay, so we can say that transporting things, okay, large things, water is also used, okay. That means ocean water or sea water is used, and mostly rivers, okay, which are of not that much speed. For transportation of goods, water is also used. Then we can say that so this was all about importance of water. There are many other importance of water, as for example for sports like surfing or swimming, they are mostly done on water only, okay. So we can say that water is important for these all things. So we have various other uses. It is we can't say that we have a limited use of water. Use of water is, what you can say, indefinite, okay. For making the things soluble, we use water. Even in construction material also construction work also, we use water. Okay, so now let's move towards another part, that is the occurrence of water or the forms of water. So what do you mean by the occurrence of water or the forms of water? So forms of water means water exists in basically in 3 forms. That means, as we know that in distribution of water, we talked about that water occupies almost 3/4 of the earth, okay, and most of its, almost 99% of that water can't be used, because either they are saline, that means salty, or either they are in the form of ice and glaciers. Okay, so here we can say that if it is in the form of ice and glaciers, so ice is solid, so water can be in the form of solid also. Okay, and it can be in the form of liquid also. Liquid, it is natural. Okay, at atmospheric temperature or room temperature, water is in liquid form. And another we have in the form of gases also. Gases means vapors, in the form of vapors. Okay, so we can say that in nature water occurs both in the free as well as in the combined forms. Okay, so free water may exist as ice or snow, water and vapor. Okay, that means here we can say ice or snow, then liquid water, and gases vapor. So water in the solid form occurs in, so let's talk about one by one. So in solid form it occurs in the form of ice and snow. Okay, and we can say that this ice and snow, how they are formed, due to the actually we found this type of this form of water in a high altitude, in high altitude, or we can say at cold places, or at cold places. Okay, mostly water in a solid form we can see at high altitudes or in cold places. That means in the form of ice and snow, or in the form of glaciers, in the form of glaciers. So we can say that water exists in solid state, and we can have example also, like in Himalayas. Okay, in Himalayas we found ice and snow. Okay, because they are at very high temperature. Okay, almost more than you can say 6500 meter above sea level. Okay, mostly ice are found. Then in cold places, like where there is less sunlight, that means Antarctica and Arctic region, that means at the North Pole and at the South Pole of the Earth. Okay, mostly ice and glaciers or solid form of water we can see. Okay, so in liquid form, another one, let's talk about a liquid form. In liquid form, so in liquid form, as we can see that mostly water exists in liquid form in what you can say in atmospheric temperature, that means normal temperature. Okay, so in liquid form we can see water which can flow. Okay, as for example, in oceans, seas, lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, etc. Okay, or you can say underground water also, that means the water that are present under the ground. So in liquid form, water can be, we can see water in oceans, seas, lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, etc. So we can say that it is in natural form. Okay, it doesn't depend on where the temperature is, what you can say, not very high or not very low. We can see water in a liquid form. Now we will talk, or we will move towards water in a gaseous form. Okay, we no need to erase it. Gaseous. So in gaseous form, so in solid form, we said that due to the lesser temperature, that means at high altitude or in cold places, okay, the water is in the form of ice or glaciers. In liquid, when the water temperature is normal. Then in gaseous form, that means when temperature is high, okay, or mostly in the form of vapors. Okay, mostly in the form of vapors. So simply we can say that if we think about the composition of air, if we learn about composition of air, air in the atmosphere. Okay, so in the composition of air, we can see nitrogen 75% almost, oxygen 22% we can say, then other gases is almost 2 to 3%. Okay, 2 to 3%. So in other gases we can also have water vapor. Water vapor. Okay, that means gas or in atmosphere water vapor is present. So here also we have a atmosphere. Okay, we are just moving around, but we can't see water vapor in our air, but it is present in the air. Okay, so vapor is present in the air and in the form of gas. Okay, in the form of gas. Okay, as for example, if I give you an example, let's talk an example of a salt. Salt has the ability to absorb what? Okay, नमक में क्या होता है, उसका एक प्रॉपर्टीज है कि वो वाटर को एब्जॉर्ब कर लेता है. एब्जॉर्ब मीन्स अपनी तरफ खींच लेता है. ओके, इसीलिए whenever you just put water in a open place, okay, after few time, say after 2 hours or 3 hours, it will not be in crystal form. वो crystal form में नहीं रहते, वो एकदम जैसे लगता है कि उसमें पानी मिला दिया है कोई. Okay, so how does this happen? Okay, this happens because salt, when kept in open place, they absorb the water from the atmosphere. So by this we can say that water exists in the atmosphere. Okay, so this was all about 3 forms of water. So how we can interchange these 3 forms? So let's talk about this. Okay, so solid, liquid and gas. That means solid in the form of ice and snow, liquid simple water, gas in the form of vapor. So these can be interchanged. By heating or cooling. Heating or cooling means if temperature is changed, okay, or if we apply external temperature or external pressure, okay, these 3 forms change. So when solid is heated, when it is heated, it changes into liquid. As for example, your ice. Okay, just hold ice cream. So ice cream is in solid state. So if you keep outside the 0 degree, that means if you keep it in the atmospheric temperature also, it will melt. That means it will convert it into liquid state. Okay, so if again liquid is further heated, पानी को अगर फिर और ज्यादा गर्म करोगे, it will change into vapor. Okay, vapor means just take an example that if you boil water, while boiling water, some vapors will come above. Okay, bath, जो बाफ होता है वो आपको ऊपर आता हुआ दिख जाएगा. So it changes into vapor. Okay, so we can change solid into liquid and liquid into gas by the process of heating. So same is the process when we cool it. So when we cool this gas or when we condense this gas, okay, when we condense this gas means say for example, if there is a boiling water and if it is open, you can see the vapor. So we can say that liquid is changing into gas form. But if we just stop that vapor with some metal, okay, जैसे किसी ढक्कन को ऊपर से रख दो, तो what you will see after condensing, what will happen? It will be cooled down. Okay, and if it is cooled down, it will again convert into liquid. That means gases can be changed into liquid when it is cooled, and if it is further cooled, we get ice. Okay, that's why that means further cooling means जैसे गैस को कंडेंस करोगे तो हम लोग को क्या मिलेगा? लिक्विड. वी गेट लिक्विड. एंड इफ यू फर्दर cool the liquid or if you freeze the liquid, what will we get? We will get again solid. Okay, we will get again solid. So this was all about interchanging of water. That means interchanging of forms of water. So we can say that water can be changed from one form of another either by heating or by cooling processes. Okay, so this was all about forms of water.